Welcome to my bench. Today we got something really simple. We have a Wire Master by Triplet Corporation. These things test RJ45s and RJ11s connectors. RJ11 for phone, RJ45 for network cables. Basically, you plug whichever plug you got in here. This is an RJ45, it's got 8 connectors on it, and this is an RJ11, it's got 6. And you take the cable and you plug it in here, and you plug the other one in here, and then you turn it on, and the little lights light up. This is the receiver. This is the transmitter, and the little lights go across the cable and they light up on the other end to tell you that the cable's okay. Well, here we go with number 1. You notice this one's lit. This one didn't. All the rest of them are good. I know that this cable I have is alright. So the problem is actually in one of these little units. And we're going to find out why. Here we go. See, number 1's lit and the one on the receiver is not. So we're going to find out why not. So let's open it up. Really not a... Well, actually for what it does, I guess there's a fair amount of stuff in here. If you look, this is the board. And it's got a little chip over here. I don't know what it is. Hold on. MC68 HC705. So it's a 68-705. I'll put in the doodly-doo down on the bottom. And a 74HC245. So basically it's probably just a little oscillator timer to step across and turn on and off the different pins depending on which one you've got this set in, all driven off of a little 9-volt battery. Now basically what it's got here to drive the other lights in this box is just some diodes. It's got steering diodes, 8 of them, of which these 2 are 1 and 2. They go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and they only use 6 of them for the RJ11. So we know that it's working. I mean, basically it's working, but now we got to find out what's wrong. So I guess probably our best bet would be to do some testing here. And find out what's not working. This would be a good spot, suppose, to have a meter with a movement on it, but I don't have one of those. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to find out how this works. Probably pulls this end low. This end over here is passive. It's got the same diodes over here for the steering diodes, the lights, and some resistors. Not very populated, but basically all these are for is just dropping resistors to turn on the different lights. So first thing I guess we could do is take a meter here, put it on diodes. Let's check and make sure that on this end that this diode is actually good. So it comes all the way down to here on one end. Okay, so well, it comes all the way down to here on one end. Let's just do it across the diode. There and there. Well, it's reading 1.5 volts, but it's not lighting up. Okay, can I test these? I don't even know if I can test these or not. Well, let's see, this diode reads 1.5 volts, 1.5 volts, 1.5 volts. So all these diodes are identical, so yeah, all the LEDs. So I'd say that those are good. It won't light up, but that doesn't surprise me. There's a lot of junk in the way here. Drawing voltage or current away so that my little meter won't light them up. However, let us find out what we got here on the transmitter side of it. We'll take on negative, we'll put it on. See, this one lights up just fine. They all light up, so let's go to number one. Yeah, this will be 1, which would be orange-white. And if we watch there on the meter, when it gets to 1, up it went. 2.1 volts and back down to 0. So it is getting there. Let's go to 8 and see if it's the same thing. When it gets to 8, not on the thingy there. Okay. So we're just making sure that the voltage is actually getting to the pins. There's 7, and now 8 should be coming up. Why am I not? Okay. Eight. Okay, there's 8. I just wasn't on it. Alright, so it is getting to the pins. If we look at 1 again, better probes would be nice. We'll go to 1, 7, 8, 1. There we go, 2.1. Okay, so it is doing 2.1. Alright, now we know that that works. Let's plug this into here, and the other end into our receiver, and see what we got. Watching the meter. Okay, I've got that on the negative side, this on 1. I believe this would be 1. There's 1, nothing. Let's just go on 1 in the middle here. Okay, so that's getting there. This go on 8, 0.9 volts. And when we hit 8, it drops down to 0.2 and back up to 0.9. Let's try that again. Okay, we're on 8, basically a volt. And 7, 8, I think. Or am I on 1? Flip the cables over, unfortunately. Okay, let's try this again. This would be 8 over here. Okay, this is on the other end of the cable. I got 0.11 volts. When we get to 8, 1.8 volts. Okay, so it's getting there. So 1 is on the other end. Go to 1, we got 0.9 volts, 0.9, 0.9, 7, 8. Now it should go down. It did. Huh? So it holds these at 1 volt on this little board. Oh, one. Okay. Let's go through this one more time. I am on the, yes, orange white, which is number 1, and the B goes down to about, and then back up to 0.9. So it's dropping the voltage. But wait a minute, what do we got over on this end? We got 0 volts up to 2. Okay. We go on this end of the cable, we got 0.7, 0.9 volts. What the heck? And when we get to 1, it drops, but not like it drops. So let's go to 8 here. 8's got 0.1 volts. And then when it hits the number 8, it goes up to 2. So we ain't got the same thing on both ends of the cable. I know this cable's good. Alright. So let's change this thing over to ohms, low power ohms. Turn it off. We'll do pin 1 to pin 1. Wait, nothing. Let's do pin 8 to pin 8. Nothing. Or 0 ohms, that's continuity. 7 to 7. 6 to 6. 5 to 5. 4 to 4. 3 to 3. 2 to 2. 1. Whoa. If I push on it, it works. What the heck? So which end do I have to push on? I'm pushing on the transmitter end. Oh, okay. Now if I push on the receiver end, no, doesn't make any difference. So pushing on the transmitter end makes a difference. That I found out by accident. What the heck? Oh, really? Alright, I don't know if I can get this or not. Come on, baby. Focus. If you take a look at the one on this end, can I? Okay, there we go. If you look real close, that pin, that spring wire for the number 1 is pushed up against the top, and it's not making contact with the connector that you plug into it. So I wonder if I can just, come on, focus. Thank you. So I'm going to see if I can get in here. And pull that down. Okay, I see, he said. Okay, so what it turns out to be, whoops, it's got to go inside of its own little trace there. Alright, what it turns out to be is, if you look at this, come on, focus. If you look at this, it's really stupidly simple. The little wire springs actually fit inside of little slots. And this one on number 1, which is over on, wow, it's hard to do this backwards. Number 1, which is over on this end here, was not, it was in its slot, but it was pushed. Wow, I wish I could get some light on this. There we go. Okay. It was actually mashed up against the top, so either that little spring was bent, the little spring piece was bent right there, or it's cut just a shade too long. But they're all down there now. Okay. So let's give this a shot. Oops. Broke off the wire. Of course I did. Come on, heat up. We're so spoiled nowadays with our soldering irons. We're so used to them heating up instantly. I remember back in the old days, you basically had to wait 10 minutes for the thing to actually warm up. Okay, that's soldered back on. Alrighty, lights. Okay, so let's try it now. Other end, where are you? Oh, you're in there. Okay. Alright, here we go. Okay, started off on 3, backed up to 2. Okay, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. Hey, it works! 1 lit up. Cool. Alright. Well, we fixed that, but that was weird. So this little, on the transmitter side, the little wire that connects to the pins in here, I mean, that's all you got for a connection, is that little spring wire comes down and touches those guys, and the first one wasn't making contact. Alright, well, that wasn't hard. Let's put it all back together again. Don't ever say that wasn't hard until you get everything back in the box. As I'm telling you, Murphy will come along and bite you. And sometimes he bites pretty hard. Okay. All the little LEDs have to be in the holes. let's take this guy, put him in here. I wonder why they went so complicated on this. I mean, they really, it could have just been wire and one IC. Well, no, I guess because it does RJ11s too, it had to have a little more gunk than that. But, and they got speed and slow, and, you know, it says you can set it up on the bottom here. It's got how to set it up for different things. Let's see if I can do this. Yeah, you can have tone, you know, change the direction, change the tone, change the pitch. So this thing can be used to do, okay, that's why it's got all that junk in there. Basically, this thing can be used to tone out the other end. So it's more than just checking wires. I've never used it for that. I got something else I use for that, but that's why it's got other stuff in it. All right, so, but anyway, so now let's put it back together, plug in the wire. Looks good from this end, and turn it on. Started at 3, backed up to 2 again. Interesting, it must be where it catches it. So, here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Come on, 1. Come on, 1. 1. All right, we got it. Yeah, it wouldn't have been so bad except for in a regular RJ45, the wires that you use are 1 and 2 and 3, and let's see. Orange, white, orange. Okay, 1, 2, 5, and 6. 7 and 8 are not used, except I think for power and some stuff. And 3 and 4 are there with the blue-white pair, and they're always the blue-white because that's what used to be for telephone. So if you plug one of these things into a jack that's got telephone on it, it won't hurt it because they're always wired that way. So anyway, we fixed it. There we go. Not much, but interesting that the jack was bad. I wasn't really expecting that, but hey, what the heck? It's a fix. So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. This way. Yeah, this way. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.